Hello, everybody. I am back. I think I gotta turn this. Check. Yep, that's better. How's everybody doing? I'm trying to. I got that fucking evil monkey from Family Guy stuck in my head. That's so ridiculous. What is this? Top messages? What? Alright, so I want to share my I don't want to hear myself. Why can't I do that though? I'm trying to share the link to my stream, my YouTube link, but I'm having a hard time finding this. What is come on now. Found it. Copy link. Yeah, because I wanted to send it to a couple of my friends and invite them. What is this? Okay. German lesson accepted. Now for my other friend, I gotta translate the message. I mean, I don't have to, but I like to be, kind of forthcoming. So I gotta translate the English message to Spanish, so that saying, if you're not busy, you can come in my stream. Why is there? Oh. Ocupada. I see. Okay. Yeah, this is in every language. Is the A is the feminine and the O is the masculine. That's okay. That's cool that they do that like that. Okay, I did it. So now, hopefully we'll have a good stream tonight. I'm a little bit late, but I think it's okay sometimes. I'm telling you one thing though, my back has been killing me. So I had to actually put the Asper cream on there because I couldn't take it anymore. It was so bad. Holy shit. But it's okay. I have to do more stretches. I'm off now until Thursday, which is really shitty because I really wanted to work and I'm not happy about that. But whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. But I wanted to talk about something really cool that I finally got that I've been waiting on and waiting on. Well, I've been really waiting on being able to buy it, right? So Hovamol is here. So this is a Wanderer's poem, and you can see on the front it has Hugin and Moonin, and I'm very happy. It's small. It's a lot smaller than I expected. Here it is, the Wanderer's Hovamol. There you go. Yep. And I've already kind of like read the introduction a little bit and what the contents are, and I'm excited about it. You can see here a tablet of original Norse writing here. I think, yes, it says Hovam. Oh, that is the actual Hovamol, the original of the Codex Regius. Image courtesy of the Stofnun Orna Magnussonar I Islenskum Fretum. Icelandic, I believe. Or is that also Old Norse? Unsure, but yeah. Positive Impact, how are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, you're the first. Can I have some jams here? What's going on? Okay, let me God, I wish. Yeah, let's put my phone right there. Look at that. Okay, good. Let me shuffle these cards for you. How are you doing, Positive? Are you doing well, I hope? It's a good Saturday night. I've been dealing with a hangover again all day today, and it's finally letting up, and I'm happy about it because exercising really helped, you know. That always helps, but you have to make yourself do it, right? If you don't do it, then you're not gonna win, you know. But it's gonna be painful at first, the headache, and it's gonna be like, and you're dragging your ass. But then, like 20 minutes in, it's like, okay, I'm sweating it out. I'm sweating it out. So it's good. It's good. You want to ask anything in particular, Positive, or you want just the card to speak? Okay. Ooh, that is always a classically good question. Now let's see if we can see the answer. I think I told you last time, if you remember. Maybe we will not get an answer and we will get something else, but hopefully we'll get an answer. So. Oh. Yeah, that's not it. So something will come to you. This is not talking about love though. This is the 9 of Swords. So this describes that there will be a time of anxiety. There will be a time of feeling sick. Maybe not actually, yeah. Maybe not necessarily physically ill, but it can also be like emotionally or mentally very stressed, misery. So this is, you know, design-wise, that's one of my favorite cards. I really love the design of the card, but the meaning of the card, upright, in its upright position, is one of the worst cards, really. Anxiety, worry, stress, misery, despair. Okay, so it's going to be there's going to be a time this year for you where you're going to be going through some emotional, you know, trouble, and it's going to be very stressful for you, and you're going to be depressed, and it sucks. But I do see that it's going to, what I see is like it's going to be within like the middle of the year, and it's going to maybe go for maybe 2 or 3 months, but then it will pass. I'm not sure what it is related to. I don't feel that it is going to be related to losing love, but it's going to be related to something else. But I cannot really put my finger on what this will be about. But yeah, that covers your hair. Oh, I really can't stand whenever I pull a non-constructive or deconstructive card for you guys, or just a negative card for you guys. Then I hate being the bearer of bad news. I really do hate that shit, because that is the least I want to tell. I want to tell you guys the best, and you guys are getting rich, and you guys are getting love and kids or whatever you want. So I always hate when I have to give you the bad news. So. But it's a period of time. It's not going to be a long period of time, but it's just going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. Oh, shit, I gotta translate. I wish I could copy the text, but I can't. Sorry. My Spanish is getting better, but ya estoy mirándote nada más. Oh. Hola. Cool. I'm not sure what the last part meant. But yeah, you're welcome, Positive. You're welcome. Anytime. Ah, shit. Glad to see you. Yeah, I think I got a couple of my friends watching right now, and I'm happy they're here. Wandering Bishop. I like that name. Welcome, Wandering Bishop. Welcome in. A bishop of what? Exactly. I want to know. I'm curious. Oh, I got my... See? This time, I started... You guys know, every time I start my stream, then I suddenly get a hangnail. Then I need my lip gloss. Then my hands are dry. And I have to get up and get it. Nope, this time I have everything here. Water. Need that. Been drinking water all day. The Gnostic, Thelemic, and Apostolic successions, also like chess a ton. Also like chess a ton. So you know what? I'm gonna refer to you as the chess bishop. You like chess, huh? Maybe we should match for a duel one time. I like playing chess. But chess is one of those games where I'm not a sore loser. I don't care. I can play any game, and if I lose, I don't care. Chess is the only game where I will get upset, right? Where I will get pissed off, because that's one of those games you know, you have to be intelligent to be able to, you know, concoct and design this strategy, right, in your head. And you have to be very much a person that can anticipate moves, that is a quick thinker, because you have to think about all the different moves that are, you know, there's a lot to consider with chess, that the brain has to go through in a certain amount of time. You know, I mean, you're not maybe timed, but you know, you can't sit there for an hour, you know. So it's one of those games. It's like, I feel like when I lose, I'm like, I'm dumber than that person that just beat me, right? And it makes me fucking upset. It makes me so upset, because I'm like, damn it, I feel stupid now, you know? But, yeah, it's a great game. Mocking Mystic. We get some awesome names in here. Thank you for following Mocking Mystic. I think chess doesn't require any more intelligence than many games, but people really want to think it does. You know, how did I know, or how did I believe that you were going to say something like that? I think maybe yes and no, but I do think you're kind of like humble about it, because I do think, you know, it's like, I do think that most games are a lot more forward thinking. You know, there's a simple objective, and you have to do this. With chess, there, you know, I think there's so many different things that you have to do. I do think that there's a difference, but maybe I'm wrong. If you're smarter than me, you're probably then right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, shit. You sure can, Mocking Mystic. You can. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, these are extremes that I have also noticed in recent years, kind of in my life. It's like a person can be, and, you know, not just with chess, but with anything. A person can be very good at a particular thing, and they exceed, right? They're exceptional at it, and then so you automatically think, you're like, wow, this is a very smart person, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes to other things, and they just totally falter. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're a dumbass. No, but, you know. It's true. It's very true. They can be then very much like held back in other things, you know. That's why, like, I'm a type of person, I try to not take on too much in my life. But whatever I do take on in my life, I always try to be perfect at it, right? I want to be the best at it, you know, because I try, at least. I usually don't succeed, you know, whatever. But I try my hardest, because I don't like doing things half-ass, right? So, yeah, you want to get a 1 card? You want to redeem a 1 card with your crystals? Oh. I'm actually surprised that I'm having a drink right now. I'm like, but I feel good. And it's Saturday, and I'm off. I got a little mini vacation, and I think it's okay, because I just paid rent. You want to do a 3 card? Okay, then you know how to redeem it, right? Man, I gotta pay better attention here. Okay, so for a 3 card reading is a sub tier 1. Right, that's what I have. Or 500 bits. Yes. Exactly. Exacto. Claro, claro. Better at it if they practice. Yes, that's very true. Yes, I mean, I agree with that. The ability to play chess is a sign of a gentleman. Chess well is a sign of a wasted life. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it is like this. That people will get so involved and engulfed, even like in their passion or whatever, And for some it's chess. For some it's like regular video games on the computer. For some it's music. Reading. I'm kind of like obsessed with reading. That's like my thing. And exactly like that's why I also think it's funny because I can relate to that statement when it comes to reading. Like, a passionate reader like myself is a waste of life. Like that's all I do, right? I do nothing else. But it's like it's good, though. It's good, because I don't know. I just love it because there is not one book that I've ever read where I haven't taken, even if it was just one sentence, and learned something. There's always something to learn. You can't sub? Why? Because you don't have money, or if you can't do that, you can get a one card for just channel points, crystals. And yes, I am a reader. Yes, I just told you guys I finished my one of my favorite books, Others. Oh man, it did not get easier to read. No, it's an easy, simple read, but it's like it's very gruesome. A lot of the scenarios described in the book are very much rather gruesome, and I'm all about the gore, right? That doesn't bother me, but it's a different kind of gore, right? It's a little bit more on the I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's also like with bodily fluids, unless it's blood and guts and brains, perfect. Vomit and all that other stuff. I don't like it. I don't like it, right? So it has a little bit of that in there, or a lot, kind of. So it's like I'm not happy about it. I'm not a vulgar person. I don't really like vulgarity in that sense, Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that, Bishop. I feel like it is maybe not like this for everybody that plays chess, but I do think it may be like that for a lot of people. But it is. I do think that it is true that people that actually do something because they enjoy it, they usually excel at it more than because if you do it for anything else, then it's just kind of like you're forcing yourself a little bit. You're making yourself do this for an alternate reason, alternative to just loving to do it, right? And for me, it's like with reading, it's kind of like a double whammy because I love reading, but I also want to absorb the knowledge and, expand my knowledge on things. So it kind of works out for me in that way. You know what I mean? But it was still one of those things I had to hone myself into, right? Because in my early 20s I was not really that much into reading, and then it took a little while, and continuing to always say these words, I'm bored, and my mother would be like, well, paint something, because I'm a painter too. These things here are my paintings and my graphic designs. Paint something. So okay, but then painting, I've been doing this since I'm a little girl. So finally it's like reading, read a book. No. And finally like, I guess I'm gonna read a book. And then I read one of my first books, Das Parfüm, by Patrick Süskind, It's a German novel. That's my favorite book of all time. The Perfume is my favorite book of all time. I fucking love it. Okay. Mocking Mystic. Do you have a question for your card? No, I am not vulgar, no. Not in, like, yeah, I will say the F word and the S word and certain things like that, but I'm talking about, like, I'm not, would you call it, somebody that thinks fart jokes are funny, or fucking, shit like that, or burping is funny, and that kind of stuff is like, it's not funny to me. It's like you have a lack of etiquette and a lack of manners there, and you're just being gross. Now, some will call me a conformist or whatever, but I was raised like that. For me, it's just like, it's like a, maybe this is like over the top, but it's like a discipline thing, right? You cannot discipline yourself that you don't sit there and be like, and you know, it's fucking nasty, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good. What should you focus on? Okay. Losing hair, like, my God, ridiculous. What should you focus on? Now, I do want to warn you. It can happen that the card will not really tell you that. It can happen, okay? But the card will tell us certainly something, but it may not tell us that. But hopefully it will, because if your energy is directed, Crypto Girl, I like that name, also cool. If your energy, welcome, is very much concentrated on this, really on this matter, then we may find it. If we don't, then it means that your energy is actually not really that concentrated in this matter, and then it's more concentrated in the matter that the card is displaying, right? So to say. Okay, so let's see. Okay. No, you are really thinking about this. So we get the Four of Swords here. This is a good one. This is now let's see, because it can be it's about rest and re-energizing yourself. It's about retreat, exile, inverted thought. So it is giving you a clear direction here. It's literally telling you to no, why? It broke. Did it? It broke. I had this massage pillow. Oh, damn it! How? Why? All right, whatever, man. This massage pillow in my chair here. I said earlier, my back has been really bad, so I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna use it, and now fucking it just broke. I knew it. I could feel it because it was like going a little wonky. I was like, what's going on here? Anyway, it's fine. Just gotta do more stretches, put more aspirin cream. I'll be okay. Have another sip of this. So this is explaining that you need to focus on resting. You need to take a break, retreat, maybe be by yourself, think inwardly, look inside yourself, and you will find answers there. So this is kind of what it's telling you that you should focus on yourself, on self-growth, really. That's the main point. It's not like one of those pamper yourself shit. No, it's not that. It is really to to maybe meditation, these type of things, maybe kind of seek exile for yourself, be away maybe from other people, etc., etc. So I like when this happens like this, when the card is very because this is a direct, or this is a direction, a precise direction that this card is giving you on what to do. It is literally the card telling you, do this, it will be good for you. So that's good when we have something like that. So yeah, that's for you there, Mocking Mystic. Yes, so anyway, my next book, okay, besides the Hovamol, I'm sitting right here like itching, like when my stream's over, but I'm also reading right now my big red book. I don't think you guys can see it, it's on my bed back there. It's the Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. And I was never really a person that was like very much into a Roman history, mythology, it was always so widely spread and so much talked about, that was something that I never really got so deeply involved in. I'm always like the type of person, I look into stuff that's kind of like more underground or whatever, like people don't really talk much about, or the society in general, right? The people that I hang out with and stuff, well, half of the people are involved with these things and know and stuff, but the other half, they're normies, right? So but whatever. So I bought this book because because it was only $2 at the thrift store, and I said, come on, I'll just buy it, and I mean, I have already learned so much, and I'm like just a quarter into the book, and I've already learned so much. I've already learned that the German barbarians had such a huge influence and were very powerful, even so they were so outnumbered to the Romans, but they had such a they had powerful people and powerful strategies and ways to always be like a thorn in the Roman side. For instance, I've learned that's just like a general thing that probably many people know, but I didn't know that. So it's news to me, and I'm really happy. And it has a lot of because it's like a textbook, right? So it has like pictures of the statues and of the ruins, of the Roman Empire, and I always loved doing it. When I read my Inca textbook, it was a lot of that. They had literally pictures of the mummy bundles that the Inca made, and it was great. I love textbooks for some reason. Like, I'm totally into that, because it's like basically every sentence is packed full with information, and it's just like and it's all objectively written, there's no emotion attached or subjective way of explaining. It's all just facts, matter of fact and fact. So I love that, because then I can, you're welcome, Mystic, you're welcome. Yes, that's a good point. Yes, and I also do that same thing. Yeah. So I'm reading the Huvamol right now. I'm reading the the decline and fall of the Roman Empire, and also the Dictionary of Theology, and then I'm reading Friedrich Nietzsche, all his complete works. So I'm reading 4 books, but like the Friedrich Nietzsche thing has been going on for a while. This will always be like, because it's like when you watch TV, you don't always watch only horror movies. Once in a while you want to watch a comedy, or once in a while you want to watch a fantasy or something, right? So that's how it is for me with books. That's why each book is of a different topic. So it's like, I will be probably starting with the Roman Empire, and I'll get probably tired of it within an hour, and then I'm going to just switch over to this real quick for an hour, and then I switch back, you know what I mean? And I love it, it's fun. It's like I'm switching between movies and shit. Yeah, I don't know, I like doing multiple things at the same time, because that's the only way. I don't know, because I get bored. I get easily bored. Unless for some reason when I put on a movie, when I watch TV, I can watch TV for hours. Like, it does not bore me. I mean, it does. It does. At some point it does. But, it's like, it keeps me pretty focused. But when it comes to other things, I have to do multiple things. Like, a lot of times people are like, oh my God, you're listening to music, at that level while you're reading. Like, I can't do that. I've heard this so many times, and I'm like, why? Like, sometimes I even sing along with the music or whatever while I'm reading, and I'm like, I don't know. It's how do you call it? Stimulating. It's like stimulates me in a positive way, my head, my brain. Yeah, with poets is often, it's like hard to tell, because like their depictions, sometimes they will, use a third person, and then so sometimes you don't know, is this are they talking about themselves as a third person? Is that how they feel? Or is this just something that just like how would you say that? I'm having a hard time like putting this into the right, say this the right way, like, or is this just a line of thought that has crossed their minds, and it's just kind of like this hypothetical or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's always very hard for me to tell the character of a poet, because poetry is all about also, I think, about dressing things up in an extravagant way to make it poetry in that sense, right? So it's like, is that then still deeply their feeling, or is this now diluted because they wanted to add more to the story, or to the whatever they're writing? So I have a hard time reading between the lines there, I guess. Sometimes it's direct, I think, but it's like, so because I like to write poetry too. And yes, I'm a woman. It's not fucking romantic poetry. It's just poetry in general about anything, So I kind of make sure that I speak exactly from how I feel and how I thought about this, because I'm not trying to dilute it in any way. I'm really trying to be forward in a beautiful way, in a macabre way, sometimes both at the same time, because that is my inner crisis, my inner turmoil and chaos and darkness or whatever, that shines like a sludge though. But so I always want to make sure that there's the authenticity. That's the right word. There's got to be the authenticity, Hi, Naomi. Welcome in. Shine a light on the flaws. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those things. I've never really watched the show, but it's like, I've seen, bits and pieces. I would see like maybe half an episode, or then I would see a scene, and then at some point I just kind of looked it up. What is this about? Everybody's like, this is such a great show. This is the best show ever. Blah blah blah. And then it was to explaining, on there, saying that it is about this drug dealer, or whatever, And literally, what I'm reading is like this guy is just he's just scum, really, right? He's just total scum. And everybody's like, what a genius. That man is such a genius. Da, 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 da. And then I always find it kind of like appalling. The people that some people call genius, right? Because I'm like, this is what you call a genius. Just the other day it happened. Like, somebody showed me this streamer, okay? And, okay, so he started, and the streamer is okay. It's not, whatever. He's a video game streamer, whatever. I sat there for like 45 minutes, and I watched this guy. So, and he's entertaining, and it's great, right? So, the guy that's showing me this, he's starting it off saying that this is the nicest, like, he's such a nice guy. Like, the streamer is a nice, kind man. Okay, cool. That's great, right? But then, later on, he's like, he's a genius. He's very smart. Da 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 da. And the more I sit there and the more I watch him, I scrutinize. That's what I do. I psychoanalyze. I analyze to the T. You want to tell me this guy is a genius? I'm going to form my opinion. That's what I'm going to do. And by the end of it, I was like, that guy ain't no genius. He's just like a dude. Like a regular, probably his IQ is probably 110, whatever. I'm like, come on, man. What do you... That's a genius? Come on. No, it's not. That if he were a genius, he'd probably, like, not be streaming, and he'd be doing some, like, you know, astrophysical work for NASA or whatever. NASA. Yeah, or however it's pronounced. Sometimes I have a hard time with pronouncing that word. As you guys know, English is my third language, so that is a good excuse. Good enough excuse. You can redeem a 1 card with the crystals, or you can sub-tier 1 or 2, and then you can get a reading that way. Do exclamation mark join, and then you can see what you must do. Okay, so it is so the show itself has an underlining meaning, or underlying, maybe both is right, I don't know, but okay, now that's something I can get behind. I can definitely get behind, right? You're saying it's the portrayal of, you know, how masculinity, you know, maybe even patriarchy or whatever, you know, it's okay. So that makes sense then to me, that then consequently it would make me interested in it to watch it, right? When you explain it to me like that. But see, the fan base is stupid, so they never explained it to me that way. They just explained it to me how they interpreted it on a surface level, right? So it was like, okay, never mind. I don't want to watch that. That sounds stupid. It's so funny too, though, because, for instance, I'm also the type of person, like, I like intelligent things. I like to consider myself as intelligent, but I like dumb as shit too, right? And when it comes to dumb shit, I like funny dumb shit. Okay, so one of my all-time favorite show is Trailer Park Boys. Okay, I find this show absolutely amazing and fantastic, right? For many reasons. But when I first was introduced to the show, my guys in my band were telling me, "Oh man, Trailer Park Boys," and they would make these references all the time, you know, blah blah blah. And whenever they explained to me, what is the show about? Because I was like, what are you guys talking about? I'm not in there. I don't know what's going on here. Because they're laughing their ass out there. So this is the show, Trailer Park Boys, and so it's about weed. It's mainly about weed and smoking weed. And I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. Like, you know, that's not really something for me. But then I gave it a chance. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to watch that. My entire band, like 4 guys in my band, are watching this shit on a daily basis and making references. Like, I got to be in there. I can't be the outsider, right? I watched the first episode, and I was completely hooked. And I was like, guys, this show is not just about weed. This show is a total eye-opener. This show is so deep, people don't get it. It's fucking amazing. But they explain it to me like, it's about weed. It's not just about weed. My God. Better Call Saul? I've never heard of that. Or Saul or whatever. Yeah, so it is one of those you know, it is how people interpret things, you know, and then how they then you know, subsequently they explain it to you, and then it's not. So, because, I mean, I can sit there and I watch Family Guy. I love Family Guy, right? I think it's funny. And trust me, I've seen every episode over 100 times. I'm not lying. Over 100 times. Of, like, I'd say season 1 through, like, maybe 10. And then it just, like, gradually went down, because then it was just, like, the jokes were kind of repetitive. You know, they would put a different, like, light on it, but it's the same joke, right? It is the root is the same. So finally I was like, yeah, okay. So I watched all the you know, 1 through like 10 seasons or whatever. But I love stuff like that. I love, it's got to be really funny though. Like, it's got to have some sort of hook for me, because I think most shit is not funny. I'm not laughing. It's not entertaining to me. But when it comes to things like, you know, the movie Old School, for instance, hilarious to me. Fucking Talladega Nights, that's funny as fuck to me. Jim Carrey is just the best, right? So I don't know. But these are all. This is all subjective. This is my opinion. Not everybody shares that. But yeah, I like many different things. And same with my reading. I like to have multiple different. Because I did notice that when I first really started reading a lot, then it was like I started. I really got into after Des Parfums. Then it was like, wow, okay, I can actually use this tool in my profession as a shamanka and start really reading occult books and shamanistic books and practices and all of that stuff. So then it was like I totally dove into this and I just like absorbed so many of these occult books and everything. But then at some point, like my little engine was like, okay, I'm getting a little bored now. Because also, there will be a lot of things repetitive, right? Because even practices can go, you can make your own practices basically. As soon as I pretty much found that out, I was like, oh man, okay, so it's kind of like, I can do it all on my own. I don't have to read everything. But, because, I started practicing witchcraft, which then kind of like transmuted or morphed, mutated into shamanism rather, since I was 9 years old. That's when I started this, 9 or 10. So for 25 years for 25 years I've been doing this now. So when that happened, then I realized, then I brought in like Stephen King, right? Because my mom was always a big fan of Stephen King. And finally I gave in. I was like, because I like the movies and stuff, but I finally gave in. And I said, okay, Stephen King. And what was the first Stephen King I even read? I can't even remember now. I don't know. But anyway, and then it was, of course, immediately hooked on Stephen King. I love him. But then I realized I needed that change. I cannot just read on the same topic for so long. I gotta have change, breaks, and go into other stuff. Because it will get very boring very quickly. What is my Alexa saying? Oh, my weekend routine. Please tell the cat to stop tormenting me. And that's what I programmed her to say. And it was so funny one time. Because I have my little pug, or whatever that's called. It was a gift from a couple of my guests. It was a Christmas gift. And I love that thing. I tell them my air conditioner and everything. But, so, when I have my weekends at 10 o'clock at night, yes, 10, 12, it starts a routine that I have programmed on there. And so it starts playing music. It's usually, sometimes it'll be on a black metal playlist, or it will be most of the times like Duran Duran playlist, right? Because it's fucking party time. Anyway, so I have a program that it will cheer. People will be clapping and yelling. Welcome to your weekend routine. Can you please tell the cat to stop tormenting me? And one time, and then the music starts. And one time somebody was, who was it? I don't remember who it was. They had never heard it before, right? And they looked, their eyes were like this big, and they looked at me, they're like, what? She just said that like that? Like, is that really like the cat is like messing with her or something? I'm like, of course not. I programmed her to say that. Oh, robots are taking over the world. Oh, AI is taking over the world. Fucking paranoid bastards. It's like, no, I fucking programmed her to say that. So, that's funny. I always find that funny, people that get so scared about robots taking over the world. I'm like, I can ask Alexa sometimes a question. Most of the time, I'll get the answer. And it's pulled from Google. It's pulled from resources of a human input, right? Of course. But a lot of times she'll be like, I don't think I know this. Or, I don't understand, or something like that. And it's like, and you guys are afraid that the computers are taking over the world. She cannot even understand what I'm saying. I find that funny. I find it funny. I love that gadget. It's amazing. It's really so great that I can just. I mean, it's already great. It was already great that I have my air conditioner on my cell phone. You know, so. It's a Nest. They're called Nest, I guess. I don't know if you guys have that or not. Most people now have that. But when I first got it, it was like pretty new, you know. And they're like, oh, you can hook up your cell phone. Because I live in a 2-story house. So it's like, I'm in my bedroom right now upstairs. But it's like, I would have to go upstairs every time if I want to change the air conditioner. But now it was like, okay, I can sit down there and be on my phone and put it on whatever I want. And now I don't even have to pick up my phone. I can be even lazier. And all I gotta say is, I'm not gonna say it too loud because she can probably hear me. Alexa, turn off AC. But then sometimes, oh, I want to punch her. I can too though, because sometimes it's like, because I have just told her, Alexa, turn off AC. The AC is off. Okay, and then I say, Alexa, turn AC to 74. The AC is currently off. And then, like, something along the line, she said, to be able to use it, please turn it on. And I was like, okay, so now I have to be like, Alexa, turn on AC. The AC is on. Alexa, turn the AC to 75. The AC is set to 75. Oh my god! Okay, now it's getting a little fucking annoying here. Okay, what the fuck? Like, when I'm telling you, Alexa, that I want the AC on 74, can you not know that obviously means you need to turn it on in order to set it to, right? So it should be like, the programming should be that when you say that it does turn it on and then turn it to that temperature, right? Programmers, get on it. Oh my god. Sorry guys, I had a really rough night last night. I got shitty. I had fun though. I had fun, but my nights are so funny. When I go out drinking, usually I do it. I do it usually either Friday, sometimes Saturday. But then I go, oh, okay, good. This is one of those, like, whenever somebody redeems it, I need to think about this for a little while, and then I'll keep it in the back of my head while I'm talking, and then it will pop in. So at some point, I will give you this information, but something has to come in there. So anyway, it's so funny because I go to the bar and I drink, and it's fine, and I'm having a good time. And I go on my electric bike, and I ride 5 minutes down the road, and there's a square. It's a retirement community, and there's a square, and there's like 10 bars. So I just go bar hopping, and then when I'm done, I get on my bike and I ride home. But it's like, I get into these moments, and then I come home, and I'm like, all right, it's still party time. And then right? And then I sit on my chair here, and I go on the computer. I put on YouTube. I put on a bunch of anime openings and closing songs. And then I go on Google, and I get all the Japanese lyrics. And then I start learning the Japanese lyrics and singing along with the songs. And I'll do that for like 2 or 3 hours. And I'm just sitting here fucking jamming out to some anime openings. Last night it was the openings of Demon Slayer. And was it just Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, which is my favorite. Jujutsu Kaisen, Death Note, and Demon Slayer and Bleach. Coming up, guys. Bleach in October. New episodes, 1,000 Year Blood War. I don't know if anybody here is into anime, but I certainly am. The new episodes of My Hero Academia. My God. Yeah, Death Note was great. But it was only 25 episodes or something. Oh, I love anime. It's so... Oh, man. Anime is the only tool for me to feel a positive emotional connection to people. the benefit of the doubt, right? That's the only thing. It tugs on my heartstrings. That's it. Yeah. Let me think about the metaphysical fact, right? Okay. Got one. It is actually, I hope I'm not saying something that you already know, but because you seem to be educated, like, I'm just saying, like, from what I'm gathering, like, in these things. So, did you know that this symbol here, it is not, people will always make the mistake and call it the Ankh. That is an incorrect way. It is just Ankh. It does not have the pronoun the Ankh. It is just Ankh. I think that's a good fact, and I think more people should know that, because I think that's important. My hands are dry again. Oh. Yeah, but I can't wait for a new Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, man. I cannot wait for the new episodes. Also Demon Slayer. If they're coming out with new episodes, I don't even know if they are. And I just finished, like, Black Clover a couple months ago. Total cliffhanger, and they're saying they're not making any more seasons. I think a mosquito bit me when I was out there earlier. And they're not making any more. And I'm like, come on, people. It's such a good show. But, yeah. My Hero Academia is kind of upsetting because the episodes each are only like 20 minutes long, and it's like you gotta wait a whole week for a new episode to come out, and it bothers me. That's why what I like to do, I like to kind of wait a couple of weeks for episodes to gather up, and then I watch them all, right? Because 20 minutes is just not long enough. Yeah, but cannot wait for the new Bleach, and cannot wait for the new Jujutsu Kaisen. Bleach was usually my all-time favorite. It's very, Bleach is one of those anime that is good for beginners. It's good for people that go first start watching anime, but it's also good for advanced people, but only later. I mean, there's many episodes. I think Bleach has like 400 or something episodes. Oh my god, why am I itchy right now? I think something really bit me. So it gets really good later on, Bleach, and I love Bleach. It was always my favorite, but then my brother finally, my brother has been telling me, watch Jujutsu Kaisen, watch it, do it. And then finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it now. And totally bumped Bleach. Like, I tell you, it took me a little bit. It took me like maybe 3-4 episodes, and I was a little bit like, oh, come on, okay, it's weird. He's eating the finger, like, okay. I'm kind of like getting a little, but then it started to just like grow on me fast suddenly, and then I was hooked, and I was like, and Demon Slayer too. Demon Slayer's great. The symbol of Tanit. I will have to look that up real quick. Maybe I can find it. Maybe not. Because a lot of these things are not found on the internet. Oh, my phone is like... I see. Okay. Tanit isn't... Symbol of the punic goddess Tanit. Oh wow, okay, yes. Very interesting. Yeah. Now then it makes me think, now which civilization is older then? here in this, because this is the Carthaginian civilization that carries this symbol. So Carthaginian ancient Carthage in North. Oh, okay, so this is stand still. Okay, the Carthaginian and Egyptian civilization differed in many ways, including their government, religions, economies, and histories. Interesting. Okay. There it is. Was older. Okay, so it's not necessarily older is Samaria or Mesopotamia. I already knew that. Okay. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Interesting. Love it. See? Learned that today, and that's pretty awesome, because that is exactly the kind of stuff that we discuss here in this stream, and I like that you're bringing that to the table. Because, a lot of times, of course, people come here and they seek out my service, so to say, and they just get a reading and then they leave, which is perfectly fine. But I do, try to encourage that we have discussions on such subjects, so that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, it's already 10:30 now. Time just flew by. Ay. But that's okay, because I'm off for a few days, so I'm going to be streaming more the next few days. I'm going to be here more, I think. Not sure if I'm going to be hanging out with a couple of my friends or not, but I have friends now. I have friends. Jess, Lindsay, and Kelly, and Sammy. Those are my 4 best friends. But they're far away from me. I don't see them often. I talk to them every day, but I don't see them all the time. But I'm starting to make other friends from work, and I see them all the time, and they live close, and we can hang out. So that's cool. So I have extra friends now. Oh my god, my Saturn painting. I love that painting. Yeah, it's good. Cuz Saturn is also okay, so Saturn has a specific meaning to me, because we do understand, Saturn is also the whole picture of Satan basically is based around Saturn, right? Celebrations Saturnalia, blah blah blah. Now, there's another reason why Saturn is such a close to me at heart, because I have said this on stream before that so to say, my belief is my feeling rather than a belief, because a belief is like a little bit, it's just not the right term to use, but more like this, the feeling I have that I am a direct descendant of the Vanir clan, of the Germanic Vanir gods, right? So, okay, so this is going to get a little convoluted now, but so I'm currently in the process of painting this, and I'm looking over there because it's right there, painting Yggdrasil, with all the worlds of the gods in the roots as well as in the branches. Now, I did actually extensive research on the actual worlds, and I went down to even like the temperatures and all of this stuff, and I was able to assign the proper planets in our solar system, because my belief is that the way that our ancestors constructed this is that they were talking, they named these worlds the certain names, Jotunheim, Helheim, whatever. But what they were really talking about were the different planets, okay? Because they were able, through meditation, to see them, to understand them, okay? So my thought is, okay, I'm going to see which planets in our solar system can I assign to which worlds of the gods. And it did turn out that through my research, and I did not premeditate this, because I try to look at this objectively. I do not try to put my little personal, I hope this is how it is, on there, because that's then just wrong, okay? Because I look at the facts and I look at the things. And it did happen that after my research was completed, it did turn out that Saturn would technically be the home of the Vanya. So that's why it was like this whole it was another thing that aligned with why my feeling is of that, right? Yeah, because I have a very sober thought on that. I'm not, it's not like this whole, like, no offense, but it's not like this whole Jesus thing where it's like, Jesus fucking is God, and then he's fucking like with a white beard, but he's also a man that's walking the planet. Whatever, this weird Christian way. For me, it really is a lot more forward in a sense that it's like, these people existed. I believe that Freya, Tyr, Odin, Thor, all of them, they existed. They were people. Okay, but they were exceptional people because of how just they applied themselves. They used their powers. They were actually able to do magic because they tapped into this. Okay, probably not on a 9-legged horse. You know what I mean? We can understand that there's a lot of dressed up, but there's always a core of truth, a tiny center of truth to these stories, right? So I believe that they were people, and I do believe that over thousands and thousands of years, we are the descendants of these people. Hey, Athena, how are you? So and they're called gods because they were exceptional. They were not the regular normies, but it is so, even when we look at today, most people on the planet, they do not, we can say, without offense, I can think, objectively looking, is that most people on the planet are kind of like little worker ants. A lot of them don't strive for more. A lot of them don't want more. They just want to maintain in that society, and that's it. Which, if that's their prerogative, that's their prerogative. But it is so that every single one of us is a descendant of these gods, and every single one of us carries these powers within us that we can use. And when you go by Helena Blavatsky's teachings, if you apply this practice and this meditation and this connection to your spirit, to the spirit and the magic that dwells within you, that you hold, these powers that you hold, then when, upon dying, your chance of your energy releasing intact in one piece, basically, is higher, because your frequency of your energy is higher, and therefore there's a higher chance of a rebirth, in that sense, that your energy can enter another body and come back. If you, however, on the other hand, if you do the opposite, right? And I hate to refer to it like this, but Christians would put it in a very like superficial or shallow, simplistic way and say, if you're a sinner, right? But it's not really as much as a sinner, but it's an actual like physical and chemical happening. So if you don't focus your energy, if you do not try to seek kind of like a friendship with your mind and your spirit, with your subconsciousness, with your spirit, your subconscious, and your consciousness, and all, work it together and keep forging this bond between the three, then when you die, your energy will release and transmute and whatever, evolve into whatever it will, but it will scatter. It will not have enough, I would say, maybe electromagnetic power to hold itself together, to stay together and come back again. It will just go. And then it will, whatever happens, so that is kind of my thought process behind that, right? Because we have already learned that energy never dies, it just changes, right? That's what they say. So and I believe that any person on the planet can tap into this, but most people just choose not to, and each to each their own. But I think that everybody's capable, and it is rather sad that we are not all doing it. So yeah, so back to I digress, but back to Saturn. Yeah, so not to mention that Saturn is the only one in our solar system that has this ring, which is, to me, one of these aesthetic things. Also, when you look on the top of Saturn, it has an octagon around. So there's many aesthetic factors too to Saturn that are unique. That makes the planet very unique. Okay. So, baby, said a baby soul leaving the comfort of the abstract. Okay, I see. Other and entering into materiality first has to come down. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's yeah. I think, yeah. when you look at Lucifer as the angel, right? Well, those are two different pantheons, I guess, right? So Saturn is directed more when it comes to Satan, as we know, Satan, the then kind of the now corrupted, the devil, so I think but yeah, that's a very good that's a very good way to think about that, Bishop. I like that. I see. Okay. Yeah, and when you say this, like, some people are still on the way down and not up. That is also one of these things that kind of relates, that makes me think of one of Blavatsky's teachings. It's like, shit, now, so I knew it was going to happen too. Yeah. Sometimes she speaks about, very much aligning with the Germanic belief in when you die, what happens with your soul, your energy, whatever. Like, there's multiple things that can happen. You can either go to hell, Helheim, not burning in eternal fire, right? Like eternal flames, like Christians have it. Or you can, go to Valhalla, and be with Odin, or you get reborn. Okay, so aligning with what Helena says is that it is, she believes it's the same. It is like this, like the Norse said it. But when a person is like reborn again, then they didn't finish something that they started in their last life, and they need to come back again and redo the whole thing again to just do that one part that they didn't do in their past life. So I feel like that can kind of connect with talking about the way down. Maybe somebody will die on their way still down, and then they have to come back. Even so their energy may not be, I'm not sure how that would work, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Mastery and wisdom, Right. Gotcha. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Okay. So even more like convoluted a little bit. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. I think a mosquito really fucked me up back here. Fucked me up already here on my hand. And I was out there for like, I just gave the cat some food and that's it. And yeah. But yeah, so what time is it now? 10:41. Yeah, maybe I'll head out for tonight and then I'll come back tomorrow. I think that can be good. But this was such a great stream, guys. Thank you so much. Really, really great talk. Thank you so much for the awesome contribution, Bishop. That was really cool. It seems like I hope you'll come back more because, like, you taught me a lot even, and I'm like, and I love that, because I want to, know more. So, and thank you so much, Athena, for coming in. And I want to thank all my new followers. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Mystic. And thank you, Crypto Girl. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. That was an awesome stream. Yeah, I'm probably going to come back tomorrow, I'm thinking. Yep. Oh, and thank you, Naomi. And, Positive. Thank you, Positive, as well. And, and my other friends, my friend, adios to my other friends. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I made up my mind that I'm gonna do that. I hope I'll see you guys again tomorrow. It was very nice meeting you. Thank you so much for coming and for following. I appreciate that very much. So I'm leaving. Don't ever forget to mourn those in spiritual turmoil and help the cause and stop reproducing. And until tomorrow, I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.